Thank you very much for logging on to attheraces.com. Jason Weaver and I here to have a look at some of the best two-year-old fillies that we've seen so far, with an eye to Royal Ascot and the Queen Mary Stakes over 5 furlongs and the Albany Stakes over 6. And Jason, I don't know about you, but I know a lot of people who think it's a done deal in terms of the top filly around. Shamoos, Brian Meehan's Haydock winner. There's a lot of people who've backed her. She's going to be short price favourite for the Queen Mary. A lot of people think it's race over already.
Shane Kelly, I think, was very, very good when she managed to win up at Haydock. Yes, she was impressive. We've talked about Mick Shannon's not being nailed to the floor first time for their racecourse debuts. Brian Meehan's always improved leaps and bounds for a run. Slight, it's only a slight word of caution. There was a very strong headwind the day that she won up at Haydock. She was covered up in behind runners, total slipstream in behind, out and bang, she went like nothing else. So there's got to be improvement in her. But was she given by far and away the best ride in the race? That's just my word of warning. But I know that the camp, as you mentioned, Brian Meehan's are very much warm on her. From another angle, John, we've got to see that the pre-parade ring at Ascot, especially with the fillies, ones that have just had that one run, how have they taken it? How are they going to take the whole atmosphere of Royal Ascot, the pizzazz and everything else that goes with it? Everybody must tune in and just get the positives and negatives from the paddock.
Definitely, yeah. Well, I certainly wouldn't be mindful of the idea that Shamoos is already past the post in the Queen Mary. I think we've seen a lot of talented young fillies this season. I think that division will be strong at Royal Ascot this week. So let's have a look at what might shake Shamoos up. Miss Work of Art's been in tremendous form all season long for Richard Fahey. Remember this day at Ascot where she really upset the apple cart here, beating Magic City. Now, I know Magic City's been disappointing since, Jason, but on the day, people thought Magic City was an absolute penalty kick. Yeah,
this was him trying to go back-to-back, wasn't it? This was straight off of that Newbury success. He was a 1-4 shot here. And I don't know. John, if you look at his form afterwards, he's run Bannock close. We're giving Bannock a chance in the Coventry. You know, he's finished right there with some good horses all the time. So she, who'd done, what sort of good thing was she at Lingfield in a Little Maiden, whipping around there early on, then winning at Ascot, then going to York and showing the same tenacious attitude again. She's never been mightily impressive, as in going away from the field, but she keeps on getting it done.
Definitely, and that York form looking very strong. Pyman's Theory, the National Stakes winner, was behind Miss Work of Art in that race at York. Big contender, very much so. Now, I like a once-race filly of Barry Hill's as well, called Angels Will Fall, Jason. You've got to go back to early May to remind you of her win. She overcame a lot of traffic problems here to win. Once she got clear, it was pow, away she went. I thought she was really impressive. Again, the form might not man up to a great deal, but
I don't know.
She was pleasing.
I think that this race was full of well-bred, fancied, good runners from top stables. You know, there's got to be very, very much taken with the way she managed to win. If you wanted a pointer, Rimph managed to win that maiden last year. So you know, it's certainly at that sort of time when everybody is introducing a better type.
The remarkable Wesley Ward looks as though he'll more than have his say on some of the two-year-old fillies prizes as well. The Shanty winner, Judy the Beauty, is right at the top of the list of likely contenders from his stable. He's also got horses called Gypsy Robin, Zingwella and Tis Terrific that are names to listen out for as the week goes on as well. It's just, Jason, you know, given what he managed to achieve with Strike the Tiger and Jealous Again, he just has to be respected, doesn't he? Colts or fillies.
Yeah, he does. I also think that even if he came over and he ran a second or a third, the amount of attention that was awarded Wesley and his horses, he just soaked that up. He loved it. He loved the atmosphere. He loved the whole part of the party scene. He probably thought it was like the the biggest fancy dress party in the world.
Yeah.
And in some respects, that is what Ascot can amount to, amongst other things. But Gypsy Robin ran remarkably quick over 4.5 furlongs, cracked 50 seconds. Judy the Beauty made all over at Shanty. So, look, he's going to have multiple entries, and let's hope we see a little bit of that Wesley Ward magic.
Queen Mary prices then, Jason. No surprise to see Schmooze dominating things. Clear favourite at 2s. Angels Will Fall at 7 to 1. And Miss Work of Art 15 to 2. Gypsy Robin at the moment is the shortest price of the Wesley Ward entrance for the Queen Mary. 10 to 1. But there are lots of other. We could talk all day about the likes of Dozy, the Beverley winner. And also right down the bottom there, a horse of Kevin Ryan's, a stablemate of Dozy, that really impressed you and I at Redcar the other day, Jace.
If she turns up, John, in Netrabil, 16 to 1, oh my word, how impressive was she up at Redcar? You know, she dominated from some way down. She wins by 6 lengths. It was the choice of stable jockey making. He didn't decide to go to the other meeting where Kevin had winners there. She could be the surprise package. Brian Meehan, of course, he'll certainly be hoping that it's not the return for him, because he was second to Wesley Ward in this very contest, wasn't he, a few seasons ago? But look, Schmooze is 2 to 1. I think that is too short, John, for a once raced filly. Let's hope that she goes well for them, but I think inexorable for me.
We'll leave the final word on the 2-year-old fillies in the court of Jim Bolger, who's done so well over recent years with his youngsters, his fillies in particular. He's won the Albany Stakes before, and just a couple to consider if indeed he does send them over for Royal Ascot. 2yo Lane, firstly, who only a couple of weeks ago made a big impression on me winning at Naas. I thought she was really smart this day, Jason.
The good thing about her, this is the European Breeders' Fund Filly Sprint Stakes listed contest, the Coolmore sponsored contest. This was dropping down to 6 furlongs, John. She'd already won her maiden in remarkable style at Leopardstown over 7 and looked very good. Very, very much 2yo Lane. She looks almost new approach-ish, doesn't she? The way her attitude, the way she gets on with it, she's very, very good. Jim Bolger, when he comes over, you can guarantee that they'll give a good show.
Yeah, definitely. I just think to win the Albany, yeah, you've got to be pacey, but I think you've got to get home as well.
Yes,
she's going to get home.
Yeah, she's going to hit the line strong. Interesting, after that original maiden success, that he didn't put her away, he's gone, right, more experience. More experience, seen the opportunity. So physically, that tells us that he hasn't had to ease off her and try and build her back up, that she's actually ready to keep on going.
And just throw another one at you before we leave this particular segment. Again from Jim's yard, Janie Muddles, who in stark contrast to 2yo Lane, won her race coming from way, way back. See, Jason, she is last there in the green and blue colours. And I just love the way she passed everything. She met trouble in running. Eventually her challenge has to be made on the wide outside. I'm absolutely convinced she has to be useful.
She was slowly away from her draw, trapped in behind an absolute wall of horses. She's had to cover all the ground in the world. I know that she only just wins by a head in the closing stages, but she is mightily impressive. It's hard to say that she's going to be better than 2yo Lane. On that, she made a whole bunch of horses look very average.
Fantastic. So to sum up, Jason, Schmooze might be good, but she's going to need to be if she's going to carry this big prize off.
I think so, yeah. I think an extra bill is far too big if she is allowed to take her chance. Wesley's runners respected. Good luck to Brian Meehan and his team. They certainly deserve to have one right at the head of the market, but 2 to 1 is too short for me.
Hope that helped you sort out the 2-year-old fillies as we head to Royal Ascot. Keep it right here on attheraces.com.